That's amazing. Well, just rewinding a bit because a lot of people in this audience are students. I want to highlight this thing about like saying yes and being available. When you first moved to LA, what was one of the weirdest first jobs you ever had, or what was something that you...
I transferred my job that I had in Chicago to Los Angeles, and I did it proudly. And I think it speaks to our generation. And the job was none other than Blockbuster.
I'm jealous. They wouldn't hire me.
I used to and I did this thing too. I used to walk, and Blockbuster wasn't that close to my house in Evanston, but like, I didn't give a shit. I put on my head my fucking Walkman, right? The nerd shit is coming out. My Walkman, right? If I can listen to Changing Faces, if I can like bullshit Whitney Houston, I don't know if I can know. And it's like walking, my college self, walking into the Blockbuster, and I used to just go like rent like movies, like foreign movies, like documentaries, like anything. That's why still to this day people be like, how have you seen like fucking everything. This movie? And I'm like, yeah, because I would just fucking like rent things. Like I would just go through the aisle and just rent. And they'd be like, what are you? And I'm like, I was gonna rent this. I'm gonna see this thing.
I'm bored. I'm watching it.
Yeah, I was gonna watch it. And then of course I was obsessed with the place. They knew me by name, and then I was like went and got a job there. And all my jobs were like trying to be close to the industry. I worked at Blockbuster. I worked at Best Buy in the media section. I worked at a movie theater. It was always like it was me trying to be close to the business.
And how long between those jobs before you became an assistant on a show?
It took a beat, because I also interned a ton. I interned for like a production company and worked on reality shows. That's usually really how you kind of make ends meet, is doing reality stuff. And I remember, oh man, there was this period of time where I worked on The Real World, Australia.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I was a person that would watch the tapes and transcribe them so the editors would know.
So not in Australia.
No, my black ass was in the Valley.
All right, yeah.
At Bune Murray.
All right, just checking.
And the hours were from 6 p.m. to 3 a.m. So every day. And I had this internship where during the day, because I was like, I got my days free, so I got to maximize that time.
Well, sleep.
Nope. I was like, I got to like get closer and closer to the stream. So because I went to Columbia College, there was a message board about it. So one of a Columbia College grad was working as an assistant at this literary agency that only rep television writers and directors, and it was called Kaplan Stoller. And I was like, oh, if I can get there, I said, maybe I'll be like a really great intern and they'll want to get me a job working for one of their clients. So I went there, I was going 3 days a week, and they really liked me. They're like, oh, we're going to bring on somebody else maybe to help you. And I was like, nah, fuck that. I'll be here 5 days a week.
Yeah.
So, and they were like, well, we're not paying you, we're giving you lunch. I was like, I don't care. So I went from doing 3 days a week and getting some sleep certain days, and then it shifted to 5 days a week. So it was in Beverly Hills. So for like 3 months, I drive, and I lived deep in the Valley. I lived in Van Nuys. So, hey.
Van Nuys fans.
Van Nuys. So I worked at Kaplan Stoller every day from 9 a.m. to 5 in Beverly Hills, and I would drive an hour from Beverly Hills to the Valley and work at Bune Murray from 6 p.m. to 3 a.m.
Oh my gosh, you were so tired.
And
you don't drink coffee.
Huh?
You don't drink coffee.
I don't drink coffee.
Yeah.
I don't. Nor do I drink alcohol. Yeah. I'm that bitch. So I did that for 3 months. And working that schedule for 3 months, it started to wear you down. And I was like, but I just kept saying, like, something good got to come out of this shit.
Right.
So Kaplan Stoller, like, they saw, and I was just there every day, like, chipper, happy, what you need, And then one day they came and said, hey, they repped a writing team who worked with Regina Higgs, which was Mark Brown, D. LeDuc, who were working with Regina Higgs, and they were like, they need an assistant, and they work on this show called Girlfriends. And I was like, well, I know that show. And they were like, go in and interview. And I was like, and I went in, and I'm sitting around looking at my competition, and I was like, don't nobody know this show backwards and forwards like I do. So
I tell you that Regina Hicks is a co-EP on Insecure, and she told us a story about you.
Oh, shit. Give it to me.
She said, it's so good. She was like, we would be in the room and would walk out and we'd say, hey, Lena, here's the coffee order. And Lena would talk to us about how she was going to take over Hollywood. And we were like, okay, but what about our coffee, though? But Lena was right. The coffee didn't matter. She took over Hollywood.
Oh,
and I
man.
just thought that was like the coolest
Regina.
story.
I love Regina. I love Regina so much. Ugh, man, it's like, and that was like a freaking like drink. Also, here's the other crazy thing, because before I was there, like I remember I went to a taping of the game with my sister, and Mara Akil was down there on the stage, and I was looking at her, I was like, I'm gonna work for her one day, and sure enough, like, I'm an assistant on Girlfriend. It wasn't working directly for her, but then she saw me one day and was like, who was that? Who's just running around? Because she loved my attitude so much, and then I became a writer's assistant on the game when it moved to BET, and I think it's just been a series of, just me. I love what Will Smith always says, like if it's a contest between, if we both on treadmills, either I'm gonna die, running on this thing, or you gonna just give up, at some point. And I think to me, that's what I'm doing. I'm always on a treadmill, just like going and running and never looking to the left or the right of me, but always keeping my eye focused on because that's the thing, there's no there. There's no finish line. There's no making it.
It's a marathon.
It's a process. And I think for me, it is about the work, but it's about making work that will still make people feel something 20 years from now.
Yeah, and I do think there's something, a commonality in these successes you had, is that you named it and claimed it, which is a church phrase, name it and claim it.
Name it, claim it.
But also it's like manifesting, it's like seeing the goal and not being afraid to say, this is my goal.
Right.
And speak it out to people and let people know, hey, keep me accountable. I'm telling you, I'm going to take over Hollywood. Check on me.
Yeah. And the truth is, it's like sometimes you don't even know what that means, and a lot of it was me just sort of like goofing and tap dancing. But the thing is, at the end of the day, I was so happy and grateful to be there, to be around, to like be in that space. And it was a dream come true. And I think what I wanted to do was to continue to earn my spot.